I've been waiting for Bitcoin to replace the United States dollar, but oh god, that's not happening. Yeah, you look, what a currency it is. A currency is something which can be exchanged for value. A currency is something which is stable, which can be reliable. But if you look at the Bitcoin, it doesn't seem like it's a thing to hold as a currency. Look, a national currency, a national channel must be something which can become a one-stop solution. But if you're gonna think about a Bitcoin, I can say that it's not something reliable as much as a United States dollar. Look, I can provide you another judgment of mine, which is, look, since the start of 2025, the dollar has been sliding downwards. It's depreciating in the value against the other currencies. Why? Because of the concerns of the US recession and other tariffs related concerns. If a dollar, something of that caliber, is not actually accepting the flaws of the United States economy, then what do you think the Bitcoin will ever be? No. So yeah, Bitcoin can become something alternative to the dollar in a sense that the both parties of a transaction agree to exchange the value in the form of Bitcoin. What's up, everybody? This is Ahmed. I talk about economics, finance, investing, and other related stuff on this channel. So, what I can say is that Bitcoin is a collectible. Yeah, it's not an investment, it's a collectible. It is just presented as a kind of a currency in front of the people, and people are putting the money into it, thinking of it as an investment. How it is kind of a collectible? It's just like the Pokemon cards. Like Pokemon cards came into the limited edition, so the Bitcoin has a limited supply. You can think that. So what I can say here is that how the collectibles work. Collectibles actually provide over the inflation returns unless their taste and fashion changes. Okay, it depends on the taste and fashion. Yeah, you can say that in when you will become a grandpa, you can tell your grandchildren that I have bought a Bitcoin at 100k dollars, at something amount like that. But if until it becomes a shame to hold or the bubble pops in the future, so it's a good story to hold, I think. So what I can say here is that Bitcoin is kind of a collectible, yeah, but collectibles are where generally becomes dog shit, but few remains like the same because of their rarity. They are extremely rare, or they become a sign of a luxury. But you can see that the Bitcoin will not become a sign of a luxury because it is a democratized thing. It is not a luxury to hold, so most probably it will become a dog shit. So you may ask why these companies, the biggest of the names like the strategy of holding the bitcoins as a Bitcoin treasuries and becoming the Bitcoin treasuries. Yeah, they are becoming the Bitcoin treasuries, but they are just riding the waves of the Bitcoin on the retail frenzy. They are reaping the benefits right now, but it will decide in future that what the Bitcoin will become eventually. It will become eternal, but that's not possible also. But it can become a dog shit, that's more possible, I think, but a time will decide only. So these companies are holding Bitcoin, but until when, it's a question. Yeah, they can hold the Bitcoin until the taste changes, the taste of the people changes. It's an inflection point for these companies, or when the supply reaches the end point. But whenever this event will happen, a few of these companies are going to be benefited from this investment, not investment, this collectible kind of thing. So a few of these companies are going to drop the bag earlier than the retail people. So the retail people are going to be the people which will hold the bag at the end, and it will sell like a dog shit. As I said, I use this term so much times. But yeah, only the people which are the extremely loyal, which are making it is kind of greatest marketing in the human history. All the people are going to lose their decades of time invested into this thing. I think they have not invested much of their amounts because they held up the Bitcoin too much early, so they are going to lose the time actually in lost forms. So right now these companies actually masking this goal, which is kind of a delusional, by repackaging the Bitcoin and selling them like new kind of financial instruments or financial products like ETFs and market-backed securities. So yeah, they are right now actually doing that. Look at the strategy. They have been selling the convertible bonds. Yeah, but at the end they hold up the assets which are the only Bitcoins. So these corporations are actually doing this kind of marketing stunt, and a lot of other companies in the other ones which don't have to do anything with the Bitcoin are also doing this just to push up their share prices up and up. So these companies will actually benefit from the repackaging of the Bitcoin and selling them to the retail people until the music stops. So it's just a kind of a classical saying, dance until the music stops. I hope you got my point and subscribe to my channel for more of this kind of videos. So bye.